We have been sick for like the past 2.5 weeks, which has felt like an eternity. And it's also felt devastating because we leave tomorrow. And there were so many things on our list that we really wanted to do that we were trying to cram into these 2 weeks. And yeah, we've been at home most of the time. So this is a lesson to do the things early on because you never know what's going to happen. It's been sad. Anytime I start to feel better, I go outside and go about my normal life and then I get sick again. And the thing about me is that I'm really bad at resting. I think I give a lot of people the wrong impression because every time I meet people, they tell me, I think that I can have a very calm energy. I like doing calming things. I like reading and I like writing, but in between those things, there has to be some sort of physical movement or some sort of activity, and I need to like pace around and go out on walks. A huge chunk of my personality is going on these walks 2-3 times a day. So I haven't been doing well. I think what tends to happen is that I'm an overthinker. I like get really antsy, I spiral out of control, and then I get depressed. And my partner is really good at resting. They're like, great, I get to watch my show and I get to stay in bed. I'm like, oh my God, get me out of here. That is all to say that when I was feeling better, I went to one of my favorite bookshops. That's one of the things that I'll really miss about Madrid is that there's bookshops everywhere you go, independent bookshops, and they have such a great selection of books. I hadn't realized how many bookshops you can put in like a single area. I think in Sydney we need to try harder. We need to try harder with the bookshops. There's not enough. And I found 2 things that I'm really excited about. The first one is Society of the Spectacle. I really love this edition, first of all. And second, this edition has comments from the author 20 years later. So this was written in 1967, and it's about how consumerism and mass media affect people's lives and the way they view life, which I think will be, if it was relevant then, it's incredibly relevant now. And it's a bit of a cult classic. It was also very cheap. It was only €5. So then I started looking for any other book from the same publishing house, but I couldn't find any more. Anyway, so I'm excited about that one. And the next thing I got was a magazine, Filosofía y Co. I used to be a massive magazine reader growing up until like my mid-20s, or until it started getting quite expensive and then I had to stop. But I love magazines and I don't see them as often, obviously, but I know that in certain cities there are whole shops filled with interesting, cool magazines. Anyway, I've been really getting into philosophy lately, so I thought that this was a great way to, taste test some philosophers. The theme of it is En busca del sentido de la vida, which is the search for the meaning of life, which is very much what I've been thinking a lot about. The loss of meaning through living most of our lives online, and how when we're constantly on social media, we're receiving all these fragmented pieces of information that don't really come together and are not cohesive. And through that, we kind of live a more fragmented life, which a lot of the times leads to a loss of meaning or a loss of clarity of what our purpose here is. So yes, I'm gonna take this to a coffee shop and go and read for a little bit, as if I don't have lots of packing to do. Our time in Madrid is coming to an end, which is wild to me, and I don't want to talk about it because I'm a bit freaked out about how quickly time goes by. And I think the reality is that my partner and I thought we had a lot more time than we actually did. We spent a lot of time outside of Madrid exploring other places and visiting friends and family. And now it's our last week here and we're a bit stressed because there are many places that we still haven't explored and places that we wanted to go to and we haven't. We need to get going. And thankfully we were able to book a few experiences through Klook, who's the sponsor of today's video, and they couldn't have come at a more perfect time. Klook is basically a platform where you can book everything you need for your upcoming trip, whether it's a city tour, museum tickets, transport, hotels, or local experiences. Ray and I have had some planning fatigue lately, so we really appreciated the fact that we could book it all in one place from our phones really easy. We booked a Madrid pass, which is flexible enough that you can choose what experience you want to go for depending on your mood, and we were in the mood for some art, so we ended up going to 2 different art museums. Right now, Klook is having a massive Black Friday sale that is live until December 7th with up to 50% off tours, experiences, theme parks from Japan to Korea to Europe to Orlando. If you're planning any trips for next year, all you have to do is go over to their deals page, filter by country or city, and see what's available. And I'll leave a link in the description box below to their Black Friday sale, which is definitely worth checking out if you have any upcoming travel. It's the perfect time to start planning. So thank you so much to Klook for sponsoring today's video and making booking and planning quite easy, quite fun. I just finished reading Frankenstein and this is my first time reading it. I was reading it in preparation for the movie and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great. I read it really quickly because I was really engrossed. And what I kept on thinking about throughout the novel was what a great representation of parasocial dynamics and parasocial relationships, especially when the monster, the demon, observes this family that he's like almost obsessed with and projects all these really intense feelings of love, and he really observes them in order to gather information on how to speak, on how to be, on how to interact with other people, how to care for others. And he builds them up in his head. He idolizes these people, and once he tries to, integrate himself into the family, it just fails spectacularly. And yeah, it was so representative to, there's a whole generation now of kids, of people that have grown up with the internet 24/7, that have idolized many different people and try to observe and gather information on how to be like them. And then those illusions can very quickly and very easily shatter and then leave people disconnected with themselves because they didn't know themselves to begin with. So that was something that was really present in my mind. I was constantly drawing connections between Frankenstein and what it means to have parasocial relationships. And I don't think parasocial relationships are bad. I think they can be neutral. I think I have parasocial relationships for sure. And I think that there are certain people that I've never met in my life that evoke some sort of care, and I can see that we're similar in some ways. I think I am very clear, maybe because I also make videos, that I actually don't know them at all. But of course there are parasocial relationships that are of course less positive. But yeah, it was something that was coming to mind. I'm excited to watch the movie now. I have heard mixed reviews from my group of friends, and it's hard to know who to trust. So I will trust no one and just make my own judgment and watch the movie myself. I'm thinking of watching the movie on the plane. And now I'm reading The Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula K. Le Guin. I'm really reading many books at once, and I think I need to just, I think there comes a time in the year where I've started so many books and I think I'm going to finish them, and I'm just like, well, I might as well just finish them before the year ends. There's only 100 pages left. But the reality is that I don't enjoy them, and I need to be honest with myself. I'm probably just trying to read it to get my book count up, which is ridiculous. I thought I had gotten rid of that of that habit. I'm going to start deleting some books now. I started reading One Boat by Jonathan Buckley. It was available in the library. It's published by one of the publishers that I really enjoy. I was not liking that book one bit. So here we go. Remove. Leave. Oh, I can be free. That feels better. I also started reading a while ago Lost on Me by Veronica Raimo. She's an Italian author. She was compared to Elena Ferrante, and that's why I got it. And I'm not enjoying it. So I'm going to let go of that one as well. Remove. I'm not enjoying it because it seems to me that it's just like fragments or just like pieces of her childhood with her mother. And I am always really interested in mother-daughter relationships. That's one of the themes that I really love exploring. And that's one of the reasons why I got this book. But it just seemed like little fragments of like odd things that she did as a child, or odd things that her mother did, and they weren't coming together. They just seemed like little snippets that were kind of funny and kind of quirky, and then after a couple it just got repetitive. I don't think it was going anywhere. So yeah, anywho, that's all. Sì. Wow.